Learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the currents or go with it. So ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy or fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. We see that you are on the brink of a breakthrough that you have patiently been waiting for. A situation is about to come full circle. The lessons have been learned. This is a win-win situation for you. Trust that we are working behind the scenes to ensure the best outcome for you. This is a reminder, do not take things so seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. Hey, Rebels. All right, so in this energy, I am hearing Kendrick Lamar cut you off. Say you boo boo, you teased, you turned out. You tell them shut the fuck up because they are actually the ones who are in prison, but they want you to be trapped out in that mindset with them. So let's see. What is this that has been lingering in your space? The spirit needs you to lighten up about a bit because you tend to be taking the matter so much seriously than what is necessary for it to be when it comes down to your participation and your involvement. All right, so we have karmic film. It seems that we're going to be sharing space right here in the center, huh? Karmic film and a thief. All right, tell us about this thieving ass karmic film imprisonment. Mature woman. Child. Lust. Abundance. And nice guy. Rich girl. Boss. All right, what's at the bottom of this deck? Single, sexy, and successful. Ooh, I finally got it right. Okay, so Rebels, you are on to something. You know what you know, and for whatever reason, you are hesitating to believe that your eyes are not deceiving you. It could be due to societal conversation of if someone felt this way, then they would behave this way, and they may actually be following those guidelines. It may be because others are in your ear and know a little bit too much of your, have come to know a little bit too much of your business. So therefore, their opinions and their input for you has been kind of given the consideration of validation because they know the details and you tend to trust their perspectives. And Spirit said, and some of you are actually codependent on others' perspectives. Oh, okay. So we have here false. So there's a lot of false truths. It's like that game, Two Truths and a Lie. And Spirit said, if you really want to play it out for the plot, tell two truths and engage a lie in there and see how it gets back around to you. Be very strategic in your method and make sure that the lie is something that would be believable, but because of the specific detail that you apply to that truth to create it into a lie, that's how you're going to know. Spirit is saying they are not, whomever comes back to you with this information, with the he said, she said, oh my God, to just tell them shut the fuck up. Okay, so I am definitely going to put that Kendrick Lamar song down in the description box, and you go and you listen to that because it's going to give you a little bit more encouragement. And it's a rather serious song, but it is definitely on the spectrum of being extremely playful, but it's fucking serious. Okay, two truths and a lie. So in regards to this ordeal, here, a mature woman in imprisonment, you're The way that you are seeing, and switch the gender roles however you need to, but we're just going to run off of what we have here. The way that you are seeing this nice guy is causing you to doubt yourself and not listen to your intuition. And Spirit says that you have other things that you need to take care of that, due to this situation, is taking away your time and the effort and the energy frequencies that you could be on and that you could actually apply to yourself and your motivation moving forward. So if you are finding yourself, I heard that confirmation, if you are finding yourself to be so conflicted, it is best for you to just cut your losses and move on. And despite however their life turns out to be after the departure with you, if it was meant to be like that with you, honey, it would already be so. There would have been no need to negotiate or play Inspector Gadget or anything of that sort. But due to the fact that you are in this conflictive energy, you are not quite in alignment with where you could be. Though Spirit wants you to know that you are exactly where you need to be, because the lessons are being learned. And later on in life, you will come back to reflect on these moments to see where it is that you could have adulted and parented yourself better, and the guidance that you would have given yourself, which your intuition has been kicking your ass trying to get the message across to you. But you are clinging on to the beliefs of others, and Spirit is saying, bring up the word limerence. So, limerence is this way of future faking yourself. You create this identity of someone else, and it's not that they have given you the evidence and the proof to believe them that way. You are creating a fantasy in your head of what things would perceive to be, whether good or bad. So Spirit said, get your ass out of limerence. See things for exactly what they are, and stop deceiving yourself, because though you may feel that this person is torturing you by having you ask questions, or they're not having you ask questions, you're choosing to ask questions. You're just feeling some type of way because they are not responding the way that you feel that they should. You are feeling some type of way because they are not answering you, or you feel that their answers are not specific or direct in answering the questions that you are offering them the opportunity to give you closure about. Closure is self-made. You decide when you had enough. You decide what's good enough. And if you continue to stay in this situation, you are obviously saying that this situation, as Fraggle Rock says it make you feel, is good enough for you. So you have no one to blame, no one to be mad at. But if you tend to behave in a way where you are coming off flustered and frustrated or upset, those are your choice of emotions that you are displaying. So Spirit wants you to also, if you are having this issue with yourself and your behavioral perspectives, Spirit wants you to pay attention to those triggers, because there's deeper wounding there that needs to be paid attention to. And so you don't carry that going forward, either with this person or whomever is to come into your life again, so you can end this cycle without such harsh wounding. So it's saying the only one who has yourself, who has you in an imprisonment mindset, is you, because this person is showing you what they're willing to be about with you, and who they are when they're with you, and who they are when they're not with you, as well as who they aren't on both sides of the spectrum. So you're showing up in this energy of the karmic fam. Now, yes, karmic fam could, there's a spectrum to it. Karmic fam, if you are a good quality person, but you perceive yourself to be a good quality person, you can actually be a headache for whomever this person is. And Spirit is saying you've definitely been showing up as a headache for this person, but also you can be a karmic fam, and you can be intentionally knowing that you have insecurities and knowing that you have problems, but not attending to them and saying, accept me as I am, which is also still causing a headache for this person, because this person wants you in a specific light in their life. They want you as a specific role in their life. And obviously, with things showing up as it is, neither one of you seem to be in compliance with the other. Yeah. So Spirit is saying you need to do what you need to do for you, and ask yourself, is it better for you to continue because you're not enjoying this as much as you thought that it was going to be fun? And there's other things, there is other energies and other aspects of your life that wants to enjoy you, that may come off as work, but you will actually genuinely be able to have that fun time with, because you will enjoy it. So here with Thief and Lust and the third leg, honey, let's cover that up some. Be tried with Thief and Lust, with abundance. You're robbing yourself of your time. You're robbing yourself of your essence, refusing to see how, though this person is being perceived as a burden onto you, you are as well being a burden onto yourself for not accepting the situation for what it is and what it isn't, and making the decision to just let go. Spirit is saying that there are detachment and abandonment issues when dealing with yourself in coexistence with others. And Spirit wants you to look at that. You may be looking at your life and wondering, why is it that life is so hard? And Spirit wants you to know and understand your life is so hard because you're giving attention to things that are actually trying to repel you away from it. And Spirit has been here to assist you in that. And Spirit and your ancestors want you to know that they have your best interests at heart. They just need you to actually apply the steps to follow in that direction, but they understand your free will of choice, and it's up to you. So as long as you are in this falsehood of trying to do things for the plot, trying to see what the outcome will be in this mismanageable situation, what you're avoiding is actually being able to live in the alignment of the energy of this rich girl and this single and successful. I mean, you don't even have to be single for that long, but to make sure that this does not recycle itself over to the next person, whomever you choose to deal with, you have to deal with what is haunting you that you've been projecting onto others. Everyone is a participant. So this is the aspect where Spirit is saying that you are overlooking yourself and your role in the situation. So let's see, where do we want to go? Can you give us a little more insight of what the rebel zombie? I know I didn't get out the question. Spirit says shut up. Oftentimes, oh my God, that oftentimes happens. Passport. All right, let's give it another good shuffle. All right, we're going to go here. And then I see you. I got my thumb on you. Stand up. 24-hour power. We got third legs. All right, more third legs. Honey. Okay. All right. So my granny is kicking in now. And my granny said, stop shitting on yourself. Nobody's doing it to you. You know it. What's trying to show itself right here? Block. Spirit said block this shit. Stop playing games with yourself. Nobody's playing games with you. You have those conversations with yourself very often. Why did I do that? Why did I allow this? Yeah, I knew it all along. But you are so codependent in reaching for someone to tell you what you obviously know. But have you realized even when they tell you what you want to hear, you seem to still not be satisfied? And if this isn't you, switch the roles. But regardless, some part of you is participating in this. And at the bottom, baby, We just gonna slap these decks over there. Who cares about being nice and neat as long as we get the message out? The Spirit said you got to let go of control. If this message is indeed you, you have to relinquish control and hear yourself, know yourself. Know for a fact that regardless of who, once again, there's a reiteration going on. Ideation. Regardless of what is happening, if it's not right for you and you know that it's not right for you, realize that you are a willing participant and you are a willing hostage to the situation. You are, and I'm going to speak as if this is you. And if it's not you, you shouldn't be offended. Anyway, so it says the troll. You are trolling yourself, constantly playing these games, and Spirit wants you to ask yourself, what are you getting from this? What is the end game? Because obviously there's a game being played, and you've chosen to be one of the characters. Though you may not have created this whole situation yourself, because everybody participated however they chose to show up as their, best first impression, their best dress. If you know that someone has lied to you, okay, call that shit out by leaving. Or stay in it, invest, and work it out. And if you are invested in struggle love, honey, then what is there that you are trying to research and find? What is it? What is going to be enough for you to hear, and what is going to be enough for you to see? Because you also have to remember that, let's say, for instance, just for example, you have this feeling that this person is really, maybe cheating on you, sleeping around with someone else. Yes, they're causing bodily harm to you every time they come back. And we gonna talk grown people shit. Yes, they're causing harm to you every time they come back and fuck you after they done fuck somebody else. Every time, even if they didn't fuck somebody else, if they just gave somebody some emotional attention, and you don't know that person who they're giving emotional attention to, so therefore that person can actually be crazy. All right. So there's so many liabilities that could happen in third party situations. Though we don't see third party up here, it's just more so. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. All the answers are in your head. And it looks to be telling you that you need to move because this shit is not for you. Now you have passport, you got a bag of shit, and you have the bullshit artist. So to be the bullshit artist and you have a bag of shit and passport, it's like a one-man circus. You're just going from place to place, dropping your trauma off at other people's door, expecting for them to love you and care for you at the place that you're at, where you are not healed from yourself, when what happened to you is not somebody else's problem. What happened to you does not have to be of their care or their concern. No one can feel what you feel when you share the stories that you share. No one can feel or see the images that are portrayed within you when you reflect back on certain things. Once again, whether this be you or somebody else, the message still remains the same. The Spirit ain't playing with you. So it's like you're the walking dead. You're just roaming around saying, oh, why me? And you did this, and I want you to prove that to me, and all this other stuff. And what you're not accepting, you are not in a healed enough place where you can just accept that how they show up for you is who they choose to be with you, and you can't control them and you can't make them do otherwise. How you show up for them is who you choose to be. And obviously there's a lot of dysfunction with you having the ability to actually control yourself, and Spirit has been tapping you on the shoulder, pinching you on the back. If you've been feeling pinches, like somebody's behind you pinching you, like how they say what usually happen in March if you're not wearing green with the little leprechauns and everything. If you're feeling somebody pinch you, or if you're feeling like somebody punching you in your face and nobody's there, that's your ancestors, and that's the entities and the deities of you that's saying, hey, snap the fuck out of this, because you are exhibiting yourself to be somebody who you know that you are going to have resentment for later because of your behavior. Confirmation. And looking right here with, what is this? The stand up. 25-hour power. And then you got Cupid being stomped on by some type of Godzilla character. You're breaking your own self down. You are breaking your own self down, and you are putting on a show with interest for whomever is being able to see you being caught up in this situation. You can go back and you can tell them as often as you want. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can keep on going back and tell, well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And hey, have you seen? And all these other things that you know for a fact that you have been saying, that you have been interrogating others, that you have been trying to even trip and trick them up in trying to get them to spew out information and detail to you about what's going on behind your back. Spirit is in the room with these conversations that you don't get to hear. Spirit is in the room with these people when they're doing what they're doing, even if they're doing nothing and you just really don't believe that they're doing nothing because you feel like they're doing something. Spirit is in the room when they're doing stuff and you've been so blindsiding yourself of, you know what, I feel like they're doing this, but I'm not sure. Spirit said, take your attention off of them. What you needed to see in regards to whomever this nice guy is who you're all up in your head about. And not to say that he's actually a nice guy. He's a nice guy presenting. Because obviously you're being made to be the problem. And obviously you are the problem. Because you're not satisfied. You're not happy in this situation. It's time to invest in you. It's time to change the currency. It's time. What did that card say? Speaking of currency, where is it? It says, learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the currents or go with it. So ask yourself, what is it to be gained by depleting your energy, fighting against it? Do not do that to yourself. I completely forgot that message was there. But my energy did not forget that message was there. Just the same as you've allowed yourself to forget that certain things happened, that certain things were said to your face that was an obvious slap in the face. But your energy hasn't. Your nervous system has not forgotten the things that you have allowed yourself to mentally forget about. So even if this person has cheated on you before, your energy still remembers it, even though you said that you forgive them and you never brought it back up. So Spirit really wants you to be honest, really wants you to be honest with yourself and do what you need to do safely to take yourself out of the situation if that's what you choose to do. See, it's like a riddle me this Batman. A riddle me this Batman of a relationship, of a situation, of a coexistence. So even if this is about work, or even if this is about whatever your lollygag is, that's just a part of your life, riddle me this, Batman. Why are you there? Why do you feel that you need it? And your higher self, if you are to really listen to your intuition and sit down with your higher self, which your intuition is, your spirit, would your higher self be able to have all the abundance that your heart so desires and yearn for, and be able to enjoy it with this situation and this static ass energy still lingering around, still being around, still being present and needing that attention of you to react, respond, and be a specific type of way in order for that to stay around. Those two things cannot coexist. So something has to go. Either your yearning and your belief and your dream and your desire of what you want of yourself going forward, being this single, sexy, and successful. Yeah. Behind here, you have work, labor, and efforts. So what's supporting your single, sexy, and successful is your work, labor, and your efforts. You can't have this and have this. Because how can you be sexy and successful with a buttload of shit? Painting shitty canvas, painting with shit. Oh my God, that's a paint can. Literally painting with shit. This and that cannot exist in the same place. So Spirit said something has to be blocked. And you have a choice to make. And you can lie, you can contradict, you can contradict yourself all you want to and say, well, you know what, it was them. And it's because of them. No, it's because of you. You chose to have that response with that person. You felt that the way that you are with this person is the safest bet for you. That's your role, that's your position, because that's how you know how to show up with that type of person. That's how you know how to show up with that type of person. So whether you allowed yourself to be belittled or you put yourself high on this threshold of a pedestal, that's how you chose to show up with that person. So Spirit is also wanting you to know, if you choose to show up opposite and opposing of what you are now with this person, yes, this person is going to be done with you. That version of you, at least, they may deal with you a different way. But you'll never know until you try it out or you let go completely. So to go back here, it says that we see that you are on the brink of a breakthrough, that you have been patiently waiting for. A situation is about to come full circle. The lesson has been learned. This is a win-win situation for you. Trust that we are working behind the scenes to ensure the best outcome for you. So however this person is being with you, it's intentional. Spirit is permitting it to happen. Spirit is allowing it to happen because they need you to see you differently. Okay? And a lot of it is speaking to the desperation of looking at this magician here. Who's the trickster? Are you the trickster or are they? But you can't focus so much on someone else and feel that you are still capable of having a happy union in this situation. Because in order to be able to have a happy union in any situation that involves you, you have to be able to stand independently on your own, being yourself regardless of how someone else shows up. Baby. All right. Okay. Where we going? Where we going? Down here. All right. All right. And at the bottom, we got family. So obviously, there's a desperation and desire. I'm hearing somebody want to be like my man, my man, my man. Or, and if we want to change the gender, my woman is a representation of me. Both of them are bad. Okay, both of them are bad, because you have to understand. You need to understand, in order to have a healthy, stable foundation and stability, and A-N-D, stability, not instability, and stability, there is a level of respect, of understanding that person is their own individual, and that whomever they show up as in your life is either an addition or a subtraction to your life, but you allow it. So the Spirit on your ass, releasing. Oh, chemistry. All right. Okay. Rejection. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Soulmate. Okay. Control. We gon' come on. Oh, too many cats. You got too many cats in a whole bunch of packages. You see that? So with too many cats in a whole bunch of packages, you are whomever this message is for, is taking on so much more than they can handle, so much more than they can bear, to the point that all this shit is funky. You got shit over here, you got a whole bunch of cats over here, you got a whole bunch of hoarding packages over here, and a loss of fucking control of thyself. Codependency problems. Ooh, bitterness. Hopeless. You said third legs, twin flames, heart fog, and breaking point. They say you were on a breakup or breakthrough. Yes, they did. And pain. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The breaking point for you or whomever this read is for is the fact that you don't know how to accept rejection. You feel like chemistry is something that is enough to keep you and whoever this coexistence, this nice guy is together. And it's not. Just because you have similarities does not mean that you are a interest. Just because you have similarities does not mean that you know how to problem resolve or find resolutions to problems, because obviously y'all differences do not know how to support each other. So therefore, having the heart fog right here, there are missed signals and a lot of emotional blockage, and this shit is just messed up and messy. And in order for you to be able to be in a happy or not even a happy coexistence, what's the word we looking for, spirit? We just gonna go with seemingly collaborative coexistence. You would need to continue to be the character of an avoidant, role playing as a avoidant, which indeed you would be, and you are actually showing yourself, and the proof is in the pudding. To have a decent, doable coexistence with anyone, you need to be able to communicate those things that are different about you, even if in your moral beliefs they're not aligned. To be able to listen and understand that other people have the right to not agree with everything that you say that you do, that you're interested in, or however things go about. And the projection of this energy is constantly going to feel like it's warfare, and that there's battles because you don't want to feel defeated and you want to feel like you belong. And Spirit said they know your heart. You don't belong here. You don't belong here, because remember, back here with the coyote, all right, the coyote says playful. This is a reminder to take, this is a reminder to not take things so seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. So bringing balance between playfulness and your wisdom. This is not saying get to acting a fool and, playing tricks, even though we did speak up here about telling two truths and a lie. But this was before Spirit exposed even more in depth what your issues and your complications actually are in your ability and awareness of the only thing that you can control is yourself. Yeah. So the reason why Spirit is saying don't take this too seriously is because once you deal with your insecurities, your trauma, your past, your experiences, once you realize that those are only up, that it's only up to you to fix it. And no, this situation is, unless this nice guy has been so supportive and they've actually been waiting for you to get that sense in your head to calm down and stop being all rowdy, because they see something beautiful about you and they really want to invest in you, and they've actually been trying. Unless that person has been doing that, if they haven't been doing that, this is not going to work out. If they in fact have been doing shit, saying shit, and you need to just trust your instinct on it, this situation is done and it's time to cut it off. Right? So that Kendrick Lamar song, honey, please do listen to it. Please do listen to it. I promise you. I'm going to put it down in the description box. Okay? All right. With release. And then the other thing I would like to say about chemistry is, like, you can I've said it in another video. You can like take something like bleach and another cleaning product, and you can mix those two because you know that they both clean. You know, like surface clean. You know, for mopping or whichever. You can take bleach and another product that cleans that has the same objectives for cleaning, right? And you can create a toxic gas. You can create toxic fumes. You can cause an explosion. So just because things have serviced the same purpose does not mean that they belong. So back to having similarities and having common interests, and or let's say that this is someone or a work site. Let's say it's healthcare and you want to take care of people, and so therefore you apply to a hospital. Just because you're a healthcare worker and this is a hospital does not mean that this is the hospital for you. Just because you too, and I do not listen. I do not um mm, honey, you dealing with somebody at work, stop it. Stop it. Cause now you're shitting where you eat. Stop it. Okay? Cause when shit get ugly, honey, it's gonna get bad. So that's a message for somebody. Right. But moving right along. And Spirit said move on. Walk away. But you have to decide that for yourself because you do have the free will to choose what you want to. If you feel like got a high tolerance for pain and you want to indulge in it a little bit more, go ahead. If you are one of those people, honey, and I used to be one of those, I stay in situations until there's nothing else that I can do. Those fixer upper people. Yeah, I used to be her. I stayed in situations until I couldn't figure out what else to do. Till there was no more me left until confirmation, a loud one. It's a loud ass broken muffler. Just staying in situations until you explode as loud as that muffler just got. That's not how a muffler's supposed to sound. That's not what somebody at peace sounds like. That's not what that brand new car sounds like. That's not even what a car that's, got a couple miles up on it sounds like. This shit is used all the way up. Moving right along. You got twin flames and you got soulmate. It don't matter whether this person is a twin flame or if they are a soulmate. Honey, there is bitterness. There is bitterness here. It said that the lessons are learned and you have to remember it. The Spirit said it is a must to remember. Twin flames and soulmates, you have many of them throughout life. Your kids can be your soulmates. Hell, your kids can be your fucking twin flame. Just, no incest. But you have many twin flames and many soulmates throughout your life. They are there to teach you lessons on all ends of the spectrum. So it's going to be hella good. It's going to be earthly, heavenly bad, hella good, hella bad. It's going to be all over the place. But it's when you take yourself out of that equation and you reflect on yourself and you spend time with yourself. So Spirit also wants someone here to understand. It is okay to be by yourself. It is one of the best things to be by yourself because when you show up in a situation after learning yourself, after being able to see yourself in situations because you worked with yourself to see you, to understand the reactive abuse of your life, to understand your trauma, to understand from other people's perspective, to understand what your peace looks like. Not your coping, but your peace. Although your coping is a part of it, it's a lot to this. And this is something that so many of us have avoided, but also so many of us knew not the wiser of ourselves to actually be by ourselves and invest time in ourselves because due to societal constructs and so many different things about society has made us feel like, oh, well, in order to be successful, I need to have a man, I need to have a woman, I need to have a wife, I need to have a husband, I need to have kids, I need to have a job, I need to have these things. But there are so many other aspects of life. There are so many. Get in tune with yourself, and so you can regulate your nervous system to not be in the state of mind of panic and paranoia and dwelling and fucking love and hip hop and the dramas of it all. So, hell, even stop looking at certain TV programs, stop listening to certain broadcasts where they're talking about the he say, she say. Oh my God, Spirit says, shut the fuck up and sit with yourself. I promise you. Go listen to that Kendrick Lamar song. Go listen to it. It's down in the bottom in the description box. So yeah, there's resentment all over the damn place. You know, like someone can only mirror back to you. And we think about mirroring when we think about mirroring someone else, right? Even if you don't feel that you are in alignment with someone, when you look at yourself in a mirror, remember that the visual is flipped, it's turned. And then even how you see yourself in the mirror is not how somebody else sees you in the mirror. So one of y'all good, the other one bad. Both of y'all yelling. There's different ways to reflect someone else. There's different ways to be seen through the lights in the eyes of someone else. And Spirit, watch your tongue, watch your hurtful words. And if you can, just no matter how hostile this situation has been, if you can just leave this situation with your dignity, whether it's ghosting the situation and never go turning back. Don't turn back. This is dead. Because if you go back to it, they're gonna either, if it was really a nice guy, he's gonna have nerve damage from the experience of you. I'm putting it out there. If this is somebody who perceives themselves to be a nice guy and that's how they want to be perceived, but really they full of shit and a fucking, a donkey. Nah, they gonna play you for a fool, and they gonna think that you came back to play games on them if you were to come back to them. But if you can leave this situation with your dignity, either by ghosting or by, you know what, I come up with something. Even you know what, it's not you, it's me. I need to work on myself. Thank you for, the times that we did have. There was good times, and my apologies for anything about me that traumatized you or whatever. You don't necessarily have to take accountability, but you need to take accountability and you need to have awareness of seeing yourself in this situation. But if you can leave this situation with dignity, very few words, no long drawn out paragraphs, no essays, no traumatic cries, no back and forth of, okay, I'm leaving. Okay, psych, you know what? I changed my mind, because it is going to be a lot on your system to be able to get used to that person not being around to fill in the space that you have so long let them be around for. Those good morning phone calls, those good night, those checking in on you, those arguments, honey, the doing whatever acts of services that they did for you or you did for them, the having to detach from their families. And if this is someone who you have kids with or you have certain ties and obligations with, being able to live in that space with them differently. But Spirit said, evaluate your situation. I'm just a messenger. All right. But yeah, so there's a lot of resentment. All right. And that whole thing about love. Now, I could talk on forever about all this shit, right? But there's a difference between love and lust. But lust can't show it up, right? Love is so easy to say, oh, I love you. It's so easy to say. It feels good to hear. But oftentimes we don't believe people when we hear it, because are the aspects of love actually present? Would you be up in this difficult field of things if there was actually love? Or is it obsession? Or is it the feel that you needed something of this? Or is it even the feel of the community and what it will look like to other people? You don't have to immediately explain to anybody about your situation. Allow yourself time to process. Don't give yourself a deadline of when you are going to come out with a public stand-up announcement of, all right, so this happened and this is what I learned and everything else. No, process it. This is about you. Okay, and so with twin flames here, reflect on yourself. Reflect on yourself, because even looking at twins, right? Even though they have the same features, they are their own human being. They are their own individual. So who are you? Who are you? Who are you with this person? Who are you without this person? How is it that you want yourself to be? And get there. So hopelessness, sinking, despair, falling apart. Yeah, you gonna break, you gonna fall apart just like somebody shattering a vase on the ground and then trying to super glue it with Gorilla Glue even. It's still gonna be residue. So I'm gonna give you this heads up about healing. As you move forward, you're gonna wind up, it's like, matter of fact, let's forget the vase, right? Let's look at a glass, crystal glass. You shatter it, it breaks. You pick it up, you glue it, you pour water in it. You got water coming out of all different angles and holes and everything else. You sweep the floor. Months later, you realize you didn't sweep the floor so good because you just stepped on a piece of that glass that belonged to that glass. So you sweep, you mop, you do that all over again. And then months later, days later, years later, even, you step on another piece of glass. Then you say, you know what? Let me go across this entire floor with duct tape. I'm going to cover this entire floor with duct tape. That way it should pick up any shards of glass. But then you walk in another place in your house and you step on another piece of glass. This is how transfer energy happens. And this is also how reflecting on your life happens. It pops up in a damnness of times. But your nervous system is definitely asking for you to go through this. So, rebels, that is your message. But we have a little bit more for you. It says, okay, make it your mission to accept all parts of you, baby. Make it your mission to accept all parts of you, the good and what you perceive to be your imperfections. Do not look for any outside validation. It's already within you. Once you realize your true beauty and potential, you will never doubt yourself again. See how much Spirit love you? I just did all that talking, and Spirit wrapped up everything that was said up in that one card. But and then he has social skills with 3333. The problem you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life since your luck may be about to change. Since your luck may be about to change. So you are the deciding factor on that. It says, it is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Okay, hey there, hi. Don't let your ego get the best of you. So, Rebels, I love and I adore you so much. But you got life to live and you have decisions to make. So, as always, go live your life, go make it do what it needs to do for you, boo. And go, Rebels.